It's your boy Superman 2000. So I've been asked to make a pick on this Mayweather versus McGregor fight. I said I was never gonna cover it, have nothing to do with it, because I just think it's a fiasco. However, one of my dear friends asked me to do a video on it and just to give some feedback on the fight, and he asked me to say who I honestly think is gonna win and to give a real good reason why, not just to say one person is gonna win because they're this and they're that and they're that, just to give a real good breakdown. So, I thought I'd do that. Why not? So, here's my pick for that fight. And this was just like this pick is just like, I don't know. I'm gonna say shooting fish in a barrel. I gotta get comfortable here. This fish is like shooting fish in a barrel for me. This particular pick. And the reason I'm saying that is simple. Think about it this way. You ever worked for an organization where everybody is into groupthink? The owner knows there's a problem. The finance manager knows there's a problem. Everyone knows there's a problem, but there's no way to address it. And they just think, hey, if we do this, if we do that, then we'll fix it. They don't think carefully and strategically and analytically, and they don't listen. So here's Conor McGregor now going into a boxing match, and he hasn't brought significant boxing coaches or boxing people into his camp. He did bring somebody into the camp, and that one person he brought into the camp, he flew the guy in 4 hours. Okay? So you fly him in 4 hours, just getting off the plane, probably no food, no drink, walk right into the gym. This guy hasn't sparred or has done any physical activity in 4 months. You bring him to work with your camp. And he's not there to compete against you or fight against you, he's here to give you a look. Fine. So you ambush him after that long trip, fight him, and then if you go back and watch the footage, you'll see that Connor pushed him down with the left hand on top of his helmet, So I don't think it was a clear knockdown, or the ref would have started the 10 count. He wouldn't have go over to him and say, get him up, because that was a legit legal ref. That wasn't a make-believe ref. It was a knockdown. The ref would have started the 10 count. No, 10 count was started. And so Dana White leaks that footage. Now, here's the part I want you to pay attention to. If I know, as your sparring partner, whatever I do with you in the gym, you're gonna leak footage of me to potentially make me look bad or embarrass me, or is that a place where I can trust you to do your job without hurting me? Because when you're sparring with somebody, you actually, it's a very delicate dance. You're fighting, but you're not fighting, and you trust them enough not to hurt you, and they trust you enough not to hurt you because they want you in shape for the event that they have coming up. That didn't transpire. Conor McGregor proceeded to attack the dude. The dude was like, hold on 1 second, what's going on here? I thought that I was supposed to give you a look. If you look at the footage, you'll see he has his hands, his glove down like this, and hand up like how Mayweather would do it. Then McGregor came through like that. So he's trying to give Conor the look, and Conor just trying to attack him. So obviously there was some miscommunication there, and that's why he just said, hey, this is not what we discussed, and he left. All of a sudden, Dana White comes out. Dana White releases the footage to hype the fight up. So this is where normally I wouldn't comment on this thing because of fiasco. But when you're gonna disrespect a boxing champion like that, and then maliciously just put video out to make yourself look good, no, I gotta call it. So for the win, I'm calling Floyd for the win. Now here's why I'm calling Floyd for the win and not McGregor. When I break it down, see, McGregor is the bigger man, no doubt about that. Is he stronger? Remains to be seen, but quite possibly he could be stronger. And not only is he bigger and possibly stronger, but he may have more power in his hands. That's fine. And he's a lefty, so that makes everything very exciting for him. Those are some good advantages he has going for him. But here is where the problem comes in. You see, in mixed martial arts, Conor McGregor has been used to cutting weight, and to get to the weight, you dehydrate, you cut weight, and then you make the weight and you rehydrate up. Now, after rehydrating up, he's gone 5 rounds, okay? 5 rounds, all right? So, okay. So he's gone 5 rounds after rehydrating up in mixed martial arts. Now, roll over to boxing. He's going a full 12 rounds. So what's going to happen is that his body's not going to respond to the dehydrating and the rehydrating up like that. And from what I can see, I know he's getting a lot of boxing work, but I see him on the back doing bag work, and it's more, okay, is more, what am I going to say, elementary type. Some of these things. So then that is why I'm not for him, because he might be the bigger man, but here's the thing, being the bigger man means that you're going to expend more muscle, more work. And that's why, here's the genius of Floyd Mayweather. He knows that Conor is coming to work him out and to give him a knockout. So he says, okay, sure, I will give you smaller gloves. So if Conor has smaller gloves, he's thinking, hey, I can work harder, I can knock him out. That's going to encourage him to do more damage. It's just like when you go in a supermarket and you see, hey, I don't know, hot dog and buns. If you buy 4 hot dogs, you get 2 pack of buns. It just motivates you to buy more because you feel the marginal difference between buying the items separately is too much. Well, it's the same thing in boxing. He's now motivated to do more damage because he thinks that with the smaller gloves he can be more effective. Meanwhile, he's going to work himself out, and Mayweather, the defensive genius, is just going to keep doing a defensive posture, and that's pretty much it. And one of the things that most people do not realize, there's more to boxing than just 2 guys doing a jab, hook, cross, uppercut, big swings, boom, boom. There's more to boxing than that. There's footwork. Conor McGregor does not necessarily have the footwork, or is able to utilize the fight triangle specifically like how boxers utilize it. Because when you're not able to use your feet and your knees and your elbow, it's a whole different, completely different ball game. Completely different ball game. You could throw one of these, and a person could hook your hand and spin you around like your dancing partner and hit you in the face. So there's a lot more tips and tricks, and you're not going to tell me that within a year and a half of training, you're going to be able to fight one of the best boxers on the planet. I don't see it happening like that. Conor McGregor, his cardio is questionable. He's never been able to go the full distance. I don't believe he's going to be able to go the full distance with Floyd Mayweather. Now, in his training camp, I did notice, watching that little 30-second footage, that he was the one dictating the pace of the sparring and how things were done. With Floyd Mayweather, it's a non-stop pace. It's a continuous pace. It's not there's no rest. If he's not pressuring you, you're pressuring him. It's non-stop, and it's that's when the games start to fall apart. Dana White is saying he's confident in Floyd, in Conor, because Dana White know that that's gonna sell fights. That's all Dana White really care about. Like he said, Dana White says he's made a believer out of me. There's another guy who just said that, Don King. Don King didn't care about who won. He would clean up and get the money at the end of the day. So this is probably like the last thing I'll ever say about this fight, because I just don't really and truly, it's like it's not a thing of interest to me. And another reason why it's not a thing of interest to me, in addition also, that I noticed that some of it is starting to take like a weird turn, and I'm glad Conor McGregor cleared up some of those issues, like racial slurs type thing, where Conor McGregor said, okay, he's talking about Rocky, the one when his partner Apollo brought him to the gym, and then all the monkeys were there and that type of stuff. Those type of comments, those type of things, started to turn this thing into a whole black man versus white man, great white hope type feel, which I knew was gonna get. But there's a way to do these fights and make them classy, and I'm glad that they addressed those things and they fix it. But for the win, definitely, I mean, this is gonna be one fight that is if it, I'm gonna even tell you the round. It's an eighth round knockout by Floyd Mayweather is gonna knock out Conor McGregor in the eighth round, and it's gonna be the mere fact that in mixed martial arts there's more things you can do. You can do leg kicks, you can dance around the ring. In the boxing ring, this is getting hit all the time here in your liver. At some point, it gives out. So I've never seen. I don't think Conor McGregor is able. He has a decent chin, but he's not able to stand up to body shots. And the boxing style of Floyd Mayweather is similar to Mike McCallum. Mike McCallum was called the body snatcher because he would hit you in that liver over and over and over again, nothing but body shots, and then right towards the end, fake a body shot, and it's an uppercut. Good night. And that's how Floyd has a similar boxing style to that, and the Mayweather camp have always emphasized knockouts like that. Now you're talking about somebody who's gone undefeated for years, in the best shape of his life. He's a cardio king. You think you're gonna go in and beat him? No. I hear everyone mentioning the age factor. Well, if you run down through history, you see George Foreman knocked out a couple of young guys when he was well up in age. And George Foreman always said, oh, yeah, I'm going to go chop some wood up in the mountains. Then he'd come down and knock out all these young guys and boom, and win the title. So you got to be careful when you look at age in boxing. And also in boxing, you generate power not from your own natural body strength. This is what most people are misunderstanding. You generate power from your technique, okay? From your technique. From your technique, and it's from the way you plant your legs and the way you pull that power up from the ground. It's not just, I'm big and strong, no, it don't work like that, okay? It doesn't work like that. So a small guy can generate a whole heap of power using the correct techniques that Mayweather has years to perfect. So to me, this fight's a money grab. It's probably the last video I'll ever do on it, hopefully. Alright, my main man, Big Will, broke it down, and then that was it. I mentioned Big Will because he's going to be watching my house this weekend. Alright guys, that's my 2 cents from the fight chair. Peace out.